Hello, it is May 24th. It's Saturday. I have not been able to read much, watch much, but we're getting there. We're getting back into the groove of things. I am glad that I didn't plan on any sprints for our buddy read of Malice because things happened. But I did get about 2 chapters in. I'm 3 chapters in now. I'm going to read some more of this in a little while. I'm also going to be reading of Vampires and Dust. I'm going to save that for like in the evening just before bed kind of thing. Give myself, an hour or two to just kind of immerse myself in that world. I love being back into the Banished Lands. I did notice something at the beginning of the prologue. For some reason, until this 3rd read, it never dawned on me. I don't know why. That Evnus was a little bit young because he hadn't met his wife yet. He didn't know what it was like to be a dad. So not having that connection to feeling protection of your family, that wasn't there when he decided to make the choice he made that night. So I find it very, very interesting. I have not reread the rest of the series, so it's going to be really cool to reread those books and see how I feel about the story going forward and some of the characters and whether or not I've changed my mind about a couple of them. So it'll be interesting. So yeah, I did make a comment about that in my Discord, so I'm hoping that other people will kind of comment as well and give me their take. This is my 3rd read of Malice. I have not reread the rest of the series, so it's going to be really cool to reread those books and see how I feel about the story going forward and some of the characters and whether or not I've changed my mind about a couple of them. I don't think my insight of Evnus changes how I feel about that particular character going forward. It's just a little extra, just a little something I picked up on that I missed when I first read the book, or the second time I read the book. I am so looking forward to reading this with a group of people, and we are going at our own pace. I know a couple of people were asking, if we were going to set chapters and pages and all, and no, it's at your own pace. It is low key. It is no pressure to catch up or to just be wherever we're at. We're just enjoying the story as we go and talking about it as we go. And don't feel afraid to ask questions, because that's what's so fun about a buddy read, is to be able to talk about what we're reading. Also, one of the things I noticed reading it this 3rd time is I did not have a visceral reaction to Corbin and a friend and their conversation like I did in the 2nd read. And I think I felt some melancholy with that interaction, but not the tears of, oh my gosh, I know what's going to be happening in the next couple of chapters kind of thing. I am very aware of how young our characters are. Corbin and his other friends are they're young. They're so young, and they haven't hit that whole manhood sort of thing yet. They're too young to go to the Rowan fields and practice with swords and learn how to be warriors to protect their people. So I find that really cool that we get to watch Corbin go from being a youth to becoming a man, and the different things that happen to him and how the interactions with the adults around him, also how those things impact him as he's growing and changing and becoming who he becomes. So I think that is really interesting. I am paying attention to those things right now. I love a good story with found family too, so I'm really looking forward to getting back into this world of the Banished Lands and all of these characters. I'm looking forward to that, and I can't wait to jump back into Empires and Dust later this evening. I am going to be jumping into Noria's Patreon stream because she's going to be talking about the chapters of the Travelling Cat Chronicles, and I believe that I have not changed my opinion that I am right about my theory when it comes to Nana and his owner, and what's happening with his owner, and why his owner is trying to find him a home because he can't keep him. So I look forward to that conversation. And also, I finished my Lady Harley book, my fifth mystery in that series, and A Bride's Guide to Marriage and Murder was really fun to read. I'm giving it a 4 blossom. They're not a 4 blossom because they're just these outstanding pieces of literature. They're getting a 4 blossom because of that. That's the genre that they are. That is what I expect when I'm reading books like this, and that it is that enjoyable for me. So it's not like reading like a big book like this where I'm looking at world building and character growth and all of that. That's not what I'm looking for when I'm reading a Lady Harley's mystery. So I'm like, I really love Frances and George and their relationship, and I feel so bad for the both of them. When it comes to her family, they seem to have no boundaries. And I'm looking forward to reading the 6th book, which is a newlywed's guide. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be some murder. Their honeymoon is not going to be uneventful, that's for sure. And yeah, so those are the things that I've been reading. And as far as things that we've been watching, we did watch Havoc. That was my husband's birthday pick. We finally did get around to that. So we watched Havoc, which is a Netflix movie with Tom Hardy. I was expecting, I think, something a little bit more I don't know. It had a lot of the action and the fight scenes and the hand-to-hand battle back and forth kind of things that I was expecting with like a crime action movie. But there seems to be more of the bullets flying and fight scene than anything else. And I think I wanted a little bit more. But my husband enjoyed it. That's all that matters. I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 popcorns. We have not been able to watch the episode of Mobland that we missed last weekend. So we will be catching up with Mobland this weekend. We'll probably watch one episode tonight and the episode that's supposed to be dropping tomorrow as well. Let's see. Anything else? I'm trying really hard not to get too overwhelmed. I am sticking to a list of like tasks to do and giving myself plenty of time to get those done. And giving myself time to read in between. Now, the husband will be in soon. He is probably wrapping up whatever he's got going on outside, which has been a very good day. There's been a lot of people popping in looking for a good rod and reel. So that is always a plus. So it's been a good day for him. It's been a good day for me. Putty is snoozing next to me. I don't want to disturb him. He's kind of been a little off because we've been off, and he has been playing a lot with my husband and myself. We're giving him lots of attention over the last couple of days because we just no energy for either one of us, because yes, my husband got sick as well eventually, but he bounced back so much faster than me. It's not fair. So, more later when I have another update for you. Hopefully after I finish my stream with Noria, I'll have something to share with you. So until then. So Noria and I just finished talking on her live stream in the Patreon. And the Travelling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arikawa was so good. I'm giving it 5 blossoms. And in our conversation, she realized that it had taken me just a little bit longer to finish the chapters than she thought it should have. And I said, that's because I took that extra 20 minutes to finish the book. Go finish the book. That thing you just said, you need to go finish the book. So she went off to go do that. And it was also really nice to have the live stream and I got to meet Morgan, and she had not read the book yet, so I think she went off to go maybe find a copy of the book. We tried to keep our conversation about other stuff, so movies, TV shows, things like that. And of course, I talk about a little bit about education stuff. So, yeah, it was good. It was nice to chit chat and talk about our week. And I'm glad. It seems like Nori is feeling a little bit better. I was so happy to see her in such a good mood. I am glad she's gone to go read it. I have some things to check in Discord. Husband is cooking dinner. Then we're going to watch something, probably Mobland. And yeah. The Travelling Cat Chronicles is something I'm probably going to be recommending to people who love animals. It was so good. Hello, it is the 26th of May. It is Memorial Day, and usually we're off doing whatever with the family and friends and kind of commemorating the ultimate sacrifice that our veterans have made for us. But today, because we have been sick, we are coalescing still and recuperating our energy. The husband has his sail out, so very low-key day for him. It has been beautiful out so far. The sun just disappeared behind a cloud, though. Aw. It's been beautiful, though. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's not raining. It's just lovely. And it's the perfect day to stay at home and enjoy regaining the energy that was just so lacking last week. I have not been able to read much in the evenings because Putty will look at me all accusatorially until the light goes out and the phone goes off to the side. So I've only gotten a couple of pages here and there of Empires in Dust Red. So, sit. We're going to change our itinerary in the evenings to make sure that I have that extra half hour to an hour before bed, but before he gets his treat and gets played with till his energy is all gone and depleted, for at least for a while. And I did get to the end of chapter 8 of Malice. Yes. And the Discord, I was really concerned that I wasn't going to be able to keep up. And I just need to stop with that, because the kind of thing I wanted to create was a space where other people who are in the buddy read are also interacting with each other. And that is what I really wanted. And then I can go in when I can. It's because, full-time job, I can't be interacting with Discord while I'm doing my job. So it's been great. I've had some interactions with a few people. Some people are just now getting their books. And I can't wait. Ian and I are both. We've both chatted a little bit, commented to each other about how we are anticipating the predictions of other people. We're anticipating what they think of the book. So that's pretty cool. So I need not have worried about hosting a bigger buddy read of John Gwynn's books. So yeah, that's going to be ongoing for the rest of the year because it's just way too much fun. This morning I decided to measure myself, different parts of myself. I hadn't done that in a long time, and I don't know what sizes I am at this point because I have lost, I think, 64 pounds altogether so far. And so I'm like, I need to know what sizes I am, and I need to budget, and I need to figure out what I'm going to do about clothing. There are some things I'm like, I think all I have to do is just take something in temporarily for now until I lose another couple of sizes, and then I will have to replace, then gift those to someone else who needs the clothes. So that's what I'm going to do there, and I'm hopefully save some money and kind of prolong having to replace those items so that it's not like a huge expense. I did naturally save certain sizes so that as I lose, I will have clothing as I go. So that is a plus. Other than that, I'm not too worried about it. So we've discussed my plans for the day. We've discussed my reading so far. And as far as watching goes, my husband and I did watch Mobland. We caught up with the 2 episodes last night. The one from last weekend, the one that dropped yesterday. And we did a little checking. And apparently there's one more episode left of season 1, which drops next Sunday. So I'm excited about that. So that drops on the 31st of May. And boy, things are heating up. There's some more players on the board that were not there before. There's some agencies. I suspect. Because, drugs, money, arms deals, that kind of thing. Yeah, you know where I'm going. So it's getting interesting. Throw the mob in there. Interesting. So, budgeting, a few lists need to be made. I also need to figure out what I'm going to read for my Buzzword book or books for June. I need to stay hydrated, so I have my big bottle of water over here. So I need to drink the rest of this, fill it, and drink the other before going to bed. So 2 of these. I want to get in 64 ounces today. That is my plan. Stay hydrated, read some good books, get some things done, but pace it out so that I'm not overwhelmed. That is the key. So I will come back when I have more to update. It is May 27th. It's Tuesday. And it was nice being back to work after being out for most of all last week, all 3 hours. Kids really miss me. I am at the end of chapter 15 in Malice. I'm getting ready to read chapter 16. This is where we meet Camlin. Now, Camlin he's flawed. But he's giving me vibes of a character from the show Black Sails. And that's Charles Vane. I mentioned this in my Discord. Also, after I typed that, I realized I also picture Charles Vane when I'm reading Gabriel's chapters in The Empire of the Vampire by Christoph. Anyways, Camlin's one of my favorite side characters, so I'm looking forward to this. I am. And apparently I need to go run an errand, which means putting pants on and shoes. Damn it. Anyways, I better get that done so I can get back to this. Hello, on this 28th of May, I finished one of my tasks. This is the tassel that the children will wear on their cap, and with the tie-dye t-shirts. This is going to look so cool. And yeah, I'm excited. It was a good day. A little bit of a small event at school, but nothing that I couldn't handle. Gotta stay hydrated. It's been super warm today. Even Putty is over here like snoozing next to me. He's so lethargic. I'm gonna hydrate. Husband made sure he's all good. He has his water, and we topped that off for him. And I'm gonna read, I think. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read Malice or Of Empires and Dust. I haven't decided. First, hydration, and then refill this, because I'm gonna finish that off. Let's be real, it is warm. I don't like it. Hello, on this May 30th. It's Friday. I haven't read anything. Not a freaking thing. And I've just been color by numbering and playing dumb games on my phone. That's all. I've just been chilling. Just not really thinking about anything. I have been watching my soaps, but I haven't been reading. I might read a little bit before I go to bed, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just read and plan on that tomorrow. I'm going to plan on that tomorrow. I do have a couple errands I need to run. Something I was going to do at Wally World, I'm not going to do because I ordered them online through someplace else. Hi, baby. Hello. Come say hello to me. Come say hello to me. No, it's too hot. He doesn't want to cuddle. It's too hot. I don't blame him. I don't like it either. It's too hot. Anyways, I'm going to try not to think about any of the to-do things for work. I left laptop, everything there. I brought no projects home. None. Other than the thing in my head that I said, I need to order some little photo album books for the kids. So that's what I did. And those should be here later this week. So I can start printing off stuff and cutting things out and choosing my photos. And I can do that in 2 days when I'm back at work. Yeah. So this weekend's just going to be errands and reading, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. Just surviving the next couple of weeks because the kids are crazy. They know changes are happening. Lots of excitement. Today, though, I was pretty perky. I had a shiny shirt. I've even got some shiny things on my pants. Some bling. I'll show you a picture. Pretty cool, huh? Got those Romans catalog. I need pretty shiny things. The kids wear shiny, glittery things all the time. I'm a little jealous. So, if I find the opportunity to find shiny things, I'm going to buy shiny things for myself. Especially since they go with my shiny earrings that the kids love so much. I even put some, you can't see it really, I got gold shadow on because I just felt frickin' shiny today. Shiny. Happy. Oh. You know what I'm in the mood for? The song by the B-52s. I think I'm going to go find that right now. I will give you an update tomorrow when I close out the last half of my May. Tomorrow. I'm just going to chill out. Bye. I've had such a great Saturday of reading. It is May 31st. I am at chapter 26 of Malice. I'm having some great conversations with people in the Discord. I had to stop at chapter 21 and let people know how funny I think chapter 21 is. I'm amused because we meet face to face with Brenna. Corbin does, and it's kind of amusing how that went about and transpired. The other thing was a conversation with his dad, which also always makes me kind of chuckle because of what transpires. Lesson that his father is trying to teach him. So I am going to be closing out my May. I have 2 big chunky books that I'm taking into June. So I have Malice, of course, and then I have Of Empires and Dust. I'm going to be focused on Of Empires and Dust on Sunday. I do have an errand that's going to take me out of the house. Need to go get some groceries, and then I'm going to pop back. But that's basically going to be my focus for the day, is Of Empires and Dust. And in the evening, my husband and I are going to watch Mobland. The last episode of season 1 is dropping, so we're excited about that. And I was talking to Noria yesterday because we were wrapping up our buddy read of the Travelling Cat Chronicles that was for her Patreon, and we just love that book. And that novella really packed a punch. I think it was my favorite book of May. It was my favorite book of May. Anyways, while we were talking about that, we also talked about some other things. So we ended up talking about Mobland, of course. So it was so funny that she's now like totally into it. I look forward to finding out what she thinks as things transpire and progress, and she watches that. I want to know what her thoughts are so bad. Now, going into June, I had to pick 2 books for my Buzzword. I wanted to only pick one, but the first book, even though it has mention of a celestial body, it does not have a actual celestial body on the cover. So that is the cover. Buzzword cover was celestial bodies, and memory was the theme for the title. I ended up going into Goodreads, putting in a phrase or word so that I could find a cover or a book title that fit my Buzzword challenge. And only one book popped up, and it was The Forgetting Moon by Brian Lee Durfee. I had planned on reading the first book anyways this year. It just kind of bumped things up ahead, and so I'll be reading that. It does not have a moon, so I had to find something with a celestial body on a cover. So I went into Everand, I looked at all the titles that I had saved in there, and I found one. One. It has a moon on it. A crescent moon is on the cover. So that will fit my celestial body. And that book is Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. And I had planned on reading some Foundryside as well sometime this year. But this just bumped it up. So those are going to be the two books that I focus on towards the end of June, per se. So, yeah, my June is going to be full. And I already talked to Nori about how I'm not going to do any buddy reads. So I won't be taking part in her buddy read for the month of June. But I will go in and vote still, because I really want her to be able to have something light and fluffy. And I know what book she'd like to read. So I'm going to go in and do that. And I do have 2 weeks left of work, so I am going to be pretty busy with that, but I'm going to try to pace myself as best I can. And my husband and I are going to watch, of course, that last episode of Mobland tomorrow, and also looking forward to watching Black Dagger Brotherhood in June. I love J.R. Ward, and knowing that her series that I love so much has been adapted to film on Passionflix just has me so excited. And I get to watch that with a friend. And that's it. That's it. I want to know, what was your favorite thing in May? Your favorite thing you read, your favorite thing you watched, your favorite event that happened for you. And if you don't have anything to say, leave me a little blue heart down below to let me know that you were here. Also, want to know what you have to look forward to for June coming up. And that's it. I'm going to go hydrate, and I will